I first heard about Jerusalem University College in passing. I had met a guy named Ray Vanderlaan. He teaches a lot about the Bible back in the States, and he had mentioned it briefly because he was a student here for a while. And last year I got an opportunity to come on a tour here, and it was led by Todd Lanting, someone who had learned from Ray. And while we were driving past, while we were looking at Jerusalem, he mentioned that he had gone here for a semester and how that had impacted his life in an important way. So when I got back home, I guess God had laid it on my heart to consider it and to think about it. And throughout the summer, I prayed about it and looked into it and what they offered and all of that type of stuff. And through that whole process, God laid it on my heart that I was to come here and I was going to study the Bible in a very practical way. I'm studying biblical and historical geography, so learning about the Bible and its context and how that has shaped the Bible and how that has played into the Bible and stuff. I'd grown up in a Christian home, so I understood the Bible at a certain level through growing up, and I learned a lot about it. But once I started learning about the land of the Bible and how that has impacted and shaped the Bible and the stories, and it has opened it up so much more. I understand it at a deeper level, and it definitely has shone a light on it. And one of the professors uses a comment that it's placing the Bible, like a background into the Bible. Like you place the Bible into a bigger picture, and you get to see it and understand it within its context. And I think that is an important aspect of it, and I think that is part of the goal of the school here, is to get students and people to understand the Bible within its context and that context is complex and it's beautiful, and it adds to the Bible so much more that us from North America don't always get without coming here and seeing and experiencing the things that we get to. I'm pursuing the biblical and historical geography. So a lot of the courses I get to take focus on the geography of the land, the different places and the different areas where things happened, and a lot of the history that happened throughout the Bible. So this is my first semester, so I get to take a lot of the general classes this semester. So the physical settings class takes us to a lot of these different areas. So far we've looked at Jerusalem and its setting and its context and all the ways it interplays with the areas around it. And we've looked at Samaria and that area of it. And we'll be looking at the desert and the Negev and how that whole interplays with it. And then we'll also be looking at Galilee and Jordan and the bigger picture of how this land works together. And some of the things that the Bible, like the people of the Bible, struggled with back then are still things that are interplayed here. Like the same places are important and the same routes are used for people to travel, and it's incredible to see that and how it works. I think the biggest goal of the school is to get students and people to understand the Bible within its context. To understand the Bible clearly and to be able to share that with other people as well. The Bible is complex and it has it has different settings that add to it, and the people in the Bible are real and they struggled with things and they dealt with the world that they had. And so understanding the culture and understanding the places, I think is probably the biggest advantage that they have here. I think the school is giving us a lot of knowledge about the Bible, a lot of background information, and also giving us opportunities to reflect and see how that is impacting our lives spiritually, and encouraging us to be able to take that knowledge and share that with other people as well. Being here in Jerusalem, we are so close to many people who are Jews or Muslims or different faiths and different, just a complex cultural thing. And like being in the midst of that, I think we can be a light and we can shine, and we can show them a little bit more about Christ and how we love God. And yeah, making disciples, I think, is an important aspect of it, and understanding how Jesus interacted with his disciples and how he taught them to obey everything is important. And I think here they're teaching us on how Jesus did that, and how Jesus used the culture and how Jesus used the things around him to make disciples, and how that extends to us as well, that we are called to make disciples and to teach them everything. And that sometimes will require us to look at our culture and see where our culture is dealing with things, and to understand that it's a cultural thing, and that Jesus was within a culture as well, and understand it. Support is something that is always necessary, and prayer support, I think, is the most important, like supporting us in prayer, helping us, like lifting us up before God and asking for the ability to teach well, to learn, to interact with the world that we're in would be a great thing. Also, supporting scholarships helps a lot. Like, I received a scholarship this year, and that has helped me tremendously to be able to afford to come here, and to look forward into the future and know that has been provided for. And also, if you get a chance to come, that is a great way to support the ministry that keeps on going on here, is learning about the Bible. If you are interested in the Bible at all, I would say it would impact any Christian's life in an incredible way to come and see the land, to learn about it, to learn how God has used this land and this area to bring his word into the world. And it impacts the way I read the Bible, and I've heard that for many other people it also impacts the way they read the Bible. The classes here are really, they're smaller classes. It's not a big school, so you're in the same classes with people all the time, so you get to know them, you get to know where they're coming from and the way that they're understanding things, so you get to share this experience with other people. The professors come from a wide variety of different backgrounds. Some of them are Jews, and they know their stuff really well, and even if their points of view are slightly different, they still bring a valuable thing to learn. One of the professors is a rabbi, and he teaches the rabbinic thought and literature, and to learn it from someone who studies that his whole life is incredible. I know that there's another one who's involved in government, and he teaches about Palestinian politics and society, and to learn it from someone firsthand is an incredible opportunity. The professors are really good about bringing the Bible into the class. So in history, we talk about the different Bible stories. In physical settings, we talk about how different biblical characters used the land or interacted with the land that we're in. Most of the classes have field studies, which is going out and experiencing, going to the places and seeing the places where these things happened. And I think this way is the most incredible way to learn. You get to see different things and experience them, and once you can see the relationship between two different cities, it expands the understanding of how those cities interacted, or how the road in between them was important. Student here because I really enjoy to learn about the Bible. I felt God's call on my life to study the Bible and to understand it better. And I feel like being here, being immersed in the culture and in the places of the Bible is a great way to learn about the Bible and be able to apply that to my life, and in hopes to be able to share that with other people wherever God calls or leads me in the future. I've heard from a lot of people that they come here because they felt God's leading to come here, to study, to learn, and they don't know exactly where that's leading or exactly where God is calling them to. But it's incredible to see the faith of so many people come and learn about it. And it's incredible to see God's faithfulness in leading them to important spots in their life.